Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday night. I ordered this the 28th, which was Sunday. So what it was is I finally decided, okay, this set I want. It's been going around for like $35 or so, or like $30 with shipping, like $6 shipping or something like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna ask the guy. So I messaged the guy and said, hey, this is coming to us from Comfort, West Virginia. This is from Red and James. Red and James has 100% positive feedback. With how many people saying so? Okay, almost 3,000, so 2,800 people agreeing. So chances are everything's going to be here and everything's going to be great. Like everything's going to be like it says. So I just messaged the guy and said, hey, would you take $24 for this with the, the $6 shipping and handling? And he said, sure. So then a few minutes later, the price was, boom, some odd dollars. So I said, excellent, and I paid him right away. So they're always appreciative when I pay right away. It's everyone likes that. I always get my feedback is always like, great seller, fast payment. It's always something similar, fast payment. So, anyways, so I made him the offer and he agreed, and I'm like, excellent. So, and this is one of the sets I've been looking for, and in fact, I want to say this is probably one of the sets that made me want to start looking on eBay to actually start buying the cards. So this is going to be the Marvel Onslaught 1996 90 card set. He says they're near mint and the cards are looking pretty good. They're in the pages I'm not a big fan of, but I gotta tell you, when it comes to shipping, this really is the way to do it. And then I can look at these really quick and say like, okay, are all the cards here? And like, boom, because you can just, if you know your numbers, it's like 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90, 81, 90, 99. Okay. Oh, so there was an extra? Okay. It says 90 card set, but this is actually a 100 card set. No, it's a 100 card set. So, yeah, so it's a 100 card set, but the listing was for a 99 card set. But hey, it's here, and look, I'm already done the numbers. I already know they're here. So that's a good thing. But yeah, like I was saying, mailing these is this is the way to do it, because you just they're flat and so it's cheaper. I imagine these sheets make it a little heavier, but not any heavier than say like a 100 count snap case, or a box or a plastic something in there. So that's this is the way to do it, and I'm sure it's a lot cheaper. And man, it got to me fast, all the way from West Virginia to Oklahoma here in just like 3 days, 2.5. So it was ready to go. It just boom. So this is fast. So Red and James, they're gonna get positive feedback from me, and because these cards, they feel good. They're here. He said they're near mint, and these things are damn near perfect. And just from what I'm seeing, it's like, all right. So I don't know a whole lot about this set, except for it was going for higher than most sets do go on eBay. And this was 96, and I want to say cards were still going strong in that one. This is from like when Marvel did the Heroes Reborn, and they ended their main titles. And I forget what the X-Men are doing, but like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four and the Iron Man and the Avengers spin-off titles. And they were in like their own pocket universe or something like that. But they did like 12 issues with the 13th issue with Wildstorm. They had the folks at Wildstorm draw those 12 issues, and then they brought it back to the mainstream. So it was about a year-long event where it was with them back to the Marvel universe. So I don't remember too much about this, because I gotta be honest, I didn't read them. The only reason why I knew about the the 12 issues that Wildstorm did was because Wildstorm did them, and so that's the only reason why I bought them, was because Wildstorm did them. Because by this time, when they came out, I was done with Marvel. You know, that's when they first started. You know, it's like, okay, they lost the Image guys, so they're still trying to get artists that looked like the Image, you know, that drew like the Image people, and so all their quality talent was just on the starting to go away. But it did allow for a lot of good talent that might not have otherwise made it into comics to start coming in. And you know, this was long before Marvel started with their social justice crap, and and then decided that artists and writers weren't the best, investments, and anyways. So by this time, all the X titles were, the stories were the same. In like X-Force, it'd be like, you're not the real such and such. I'm the real such and such. And then of course, the titles they'd all, which always struck me as odd. They'd always assume the person that just came out of nowhere to say, I'm the real such and such. They'd always believe that person. It's like this person that we've been chumming around with, for the past year, 2 years. All of a sudden, they're the bad guy. And it's like, really? If someone came at me and said, I'm the real such and such, I'd be like, whatever, dude, go away. So then, anyway, so you'd have that in like the like X Factor, and then you'd have it like a couple months later in X-Force, and then you'd have that same scenario pop up a couple months later in X-Men, and then a few months later it'd be an Uncanny X-Men, and just like, oh god, seriously guys, come on, really? So by this time I'd already stopped reading comics, and then I still read comics, but I didn't purchase them. I was very picky about what I purchased, and then I started buying a lot of independent comics, and then more DC and stuff, but instead of dropping like all this money a month, it was just like pretty peculiar about what I would buy, and so it was, and then it kind of expanded, my, it's like, oh, okay, so there's other good stuff out there, because I gotta admit, when I was a kid, I thought Marvel was the end-all and be-all of comics, and I would read Wizard a lot, and that kind of, introduced me to like other artists and other works and other companies, and I was like, oh, okay, so there's some really good stuff on here. I gotta tell you, these are damn near mint. I mean, if someone touched them other than to put them in here, I'd be surprised, but they feel like they were just, so whoever owned this got the set, put them in the pages, and boom, there it was. Because these cards are just great. So there, and they're all here, so we're just going good. And you can start to see, here's where, okay, I think this looks like Brett Booth. Yep, sure enough. Here's a picture of Black Bolt, done by Brett Booth, and kind of recognize his art. Excuse me, I'm still getting over that plague. So lots of good stuff. And so here we have a Rob Liefeld Bucky, and some more Rob Liefeld stuff. Here's a Rob Liefeld Captain America. And I think this is probably a Jim Lee Doom. Yep, sure enough, Jim Lee Dr. Doom. Because he did the Fantastic Four, and those Fantastic Four uniforms from this series were just awesome. Here's a Rob Liefeld Falcon. I want to say here's a Jim Lee Galactus. Yep, sure enough, Jim Lee. Don't know who did this Hawkeye. This was, Rob Liefeld, I should know. But there's some really good stuff up on here. There's another Jim Lee Human Torch, a Jim Lee Invisible Woman. Who did this Iron Man? Rob Liefeld. Okay, see, this is interesting because this is a Rob Liefeld drawing, but it kind of looked like he's trying to do that Wildstorm style. So that's what confused me. That's pretty weird. Which, Rob Liefeld was one of my biggest, because he did X-Force, he did New Mutants, and then he did like the Youngblood, which I always thought was great, but, Jim Lee and Wildstorm, they're probably my favorite company because their art was just fantastic. Here's a Jim Lee Namor. It's just awesome. No, I'm sorry, that's a Brett Booth. That's a Brett Booth Namor. Rob Liefeld Red Skull. Rob Liefeld's costumes were always just very generic. There's not a whole lot of imagination put into them. Say like with the Wildstorm, they'd update the Fantastic Fours, uniforms, and they'd be consistent. They'd be really neat. Here's a Jim Lee thing. That one just really looks awesome. So when oh no, it's a Brett Booth thing. Oh my gosh, sorry. And then another Rob Liefeld Vision. So man, these cards are, God, they're damn near perfect. And it's a 100 card set, not a 90 card set, so even better. And some of this artwork stuff is, you know, it's like, you know, okay, so there's a domino that looks okay. But it's not to this Wildstorm stuff that really just kind of looks it. So, but this is one card set that I've just been wanting for a while, because I was wanting to scan them in, so I'm really enjoying this card set. And that's one I just finally broke down and said, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and make an offer, and I did. And I just felt, you know, even if I'm going to make an offer and then they take it, you know, it's like, you're damn sure better pay for it, because by golly, you know, that was what I wanted, that's what I asked for, and they agreed to it, so heck yeah, I'm going to pay for it. And, you know, every once in a while, I'll make an offer, and they'll be like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine, you know, or they'll do a counter offer, and then sometimes I'll take it, sometimes I won't. It just depends on what it was. But, so, anyways, if you see anything from Red and James on eBay, I'm going to check his items for sale. He's going to get positive feedback from me, because it's just what, you know, just what he said it was. Good. I made the offer, and he said, sure, that, you know. So, you know, good, got here quick, too.
All right, go wrap this up and call it a night. And that was the last eBay purchase I've done for a while. I don't have anything in the mail, and so I'm going to have to do some more ordering and going through. And there's a few more things I kind of want to get, so I'm just going to, you know, pull out my list and see what I got. I did finish another video last night during the State of the Union address. I finished the video, and I'm gonna. I uploaded it last night, so you know, double check on that one, and then of course it's on the website as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Dang it! And we'll catch you guys in the next video, and it might be a while because I just haven't bought anything, and I don't have anything on order. So we'll catch you guys later.